Last time on Tsukihime, a piece of blue glass moon.
A ceiling that must be at least 3 meters high. I'm not sure what that is in actual measurements in American, but that's pretty high.
Oh my! Huh? An American! There's an American among us!
Today's lesson? Americans apparently don't know what meters are.
Hello everybody, I'm Zenith Warrior Princess, the cutest of ghost buns, and welcome back to the Haunted Gaming Library, where I play one of the numerous different games in my collection, and where once again we are playing Tsukihime, a piece of blue glass moon. Last time we went from the prologue of the game, where they were setting up vampires, to kind of a different atmosphere. We flash forwarded a little bit to where our protagonist, Shiki, is 17 years old and is now a high school student. We went through a lot of his school life phase, but we passed that and we went to the manor where he is now staying with a bunch of different characters and how different that life is. And I think a good thing about this opening is that it juxtaposes the ordinary high school life that had rumors of things coming. It had rumors of things like, oh my god, there's a serial killer on the loose that is draining people's blood and has an X on people's throats. It's probably Xehanort. And then we went from that ordinary high school life to this manor where rich people are, and they rich bitches. They are very rich, and their grounds are crazy, and how they have strict rules and very different opinions on certain things. And they took away my phone. They took away my phone because apparently they're Luddites. And they said, well, you can't be a good business rich person if you're on your phone or have a TV. And I'm over here like, what the fuck? First, I want to give my brief opinions on the manor residents. We talked a little bit about CL last time, and CL is not a manor resident, but, you know, she's one of the seniors of the school, and I thought she was pretty good so far. But as we move forward, we have a few different new characters that we're going to talk about. I like Trashiko. Trashiko is Shiki's best friend. Pretty nice there. Manor residents, though, there's a lot of thoughts bubbling under the surface. First, we have Goto Saiki, he's just Diz from Kingdom Hearts. He's basically Diz. I like that they have this new character that was added to the game to kind of give a reflection of what Shiki could have been if he was someone different. And I like the attitude that Goto has, and I really like the presence. Like, he's covered in burns. It's something that happened with Akiha, and I'm kind of curious what that actually holds in store for Shiki. Brief thoughts on the actual manor residents. I'm mixed, because I like Akiha, but I feel like she has good points and bad points. She has that Ojo-sama character down, and I really like that. But also, there are some times where I think she's kind of stupid, or like stuck in old ways, and I get that she was brought up and bred to be like this, but there's some times where I'm just like, Akiha, you got your head in your ass. Get your head out of your ass. So that was a little bit much, but I did end up liking her. Like, I like the context when they're bringing up, like, get that thing out of your pants, that thing that only degenerates keep, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What do you rich people do at this place? But it's just your phone. The first maid that we meet is Kohaku. I immediately loved her off the bat. Kohaku is best girl. I think that's established. I think that's pretty obvious that I love her. and Hisui is the silent one. And I gotta admit, like, at first I was a little bit worried that it would be just the Kyoko character where she would just be cold, but she's not cold. She's more like a kind of a Chiaki type character where she knows her place and in the manner, and she takes her time to think about things, but she does have humanity. So I like this dynamic, and I like how they kind of work it throughout these different characters. Kohaku is still my favorite, especially because she's clumsy, and she reminds me a little bit of Taiga, so I really enjoyed that bit. Now, let's move on to the whiteboard of things that I wanted to talk about. First of all, I wanted to bring up, I believe that Phil is still a vampire because she is very bad at telling time. And what that has to do with being a vampire is that she was around before clocks were invented and therefore is very bad at telling time. I think that, 2 and 2 together, plus she sleeps in a coffin. It's proven. It happens. She sleeps in a coffin. It's science. Bam.
And it's 3 in the morning. I really don't want to do this now.
Now on to the actual facts. So the things that Phil wanted me to talk about today, other than her being a vampire, Goto Saiki, the character that is basically Diz, is yet another new character added to the remake, was not in the original game. Much like the purple-haired girl from before, how he ties into everything remains to be seen. Also, it is worth noting that going into day 2, that a lot of this upcoming day is added content for the remake, mainly to give Shiki some more time to get accustomed to his new life before the main narrative starts kicking in, as well as introduce new threads that the remake introduces, which is all well and good, and I think that's important. I like this more than Fate's opening for several reasons, but also because it shows the duality of the life that he once led and wants to get out of, and that he's being thrust into, to being a normal high school person. But also, there are still several plot threads that keep showcasing and showing up that are important, and hook you in far more than Fate does. Fate hooked me in because Holy Grail War. But then they took a lot of time before the war even started. So, there are parts where I feel like this is better paced. Either way, it is now time, my buns. It is time to continue playing Tsukihime, a piece of blue glass bunny. Because I am a bunny, not a vampire. That's Phil. Day 2. A day that was not. That doesn't make sense. It was a day. Are we time traveling? Are we time traveling? Okay. You realized one day that you don't dream. All you see is your past set on repeat. A tapestry of introspection and rumination. A refrain of what has happened and what will happen through the lens of a lucid dream. Damn, this hitting me hard because I have them lucid dreams too. Well, that's pretty. You do not dream. I am not here. Why do I get this image in my head of just Kana showing up being like, don't look at me, I am not here. Shiki Tono has never known what it means to dream. I do not know you. Well, you could introduce yourself first. And so, this story is over. Yet you still continue to dream, unwilling to forget. Like the stars twinkling atop the falling snow. Hold on, sneeze. Cut this part out. Like the sea roaring amongst the crashing of waves. Like the crumbling moon craving your shadow. God, Nasu, stop being such good at writing. Refrain, 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 refrain. Good morning. I hear an unfamiliar voice. My consciousness slowly returns.
朝です。お目覚めの時間です。四季様。
It is morning, Master Shiki. Time to wake up. I thought I told her I didn't want her calling me Master. It makes me super uncomfortable. Very uncomfy. Don't call me Master. Call me Bunny. Five more minutes. I want to sleep in. I open my eyes, grab my glasses from the bedside, and put them on. The lines fade instantly. I sit up, trying to shake away the remnants of sleep. Where am I?
おはようございます。四季様。
Good morning, Master Shiki. The maid bows. I like Hisui. I like her design, and I like that she's not entirely cold. But, she's not Kohaku, and therefore she's not best girl.
そうか。遠野の家に戻ってきたんだっけ。
Oh, right. I'm back in the Tono mansion. I totally forgot about that.
はい。昨日はお疲れだったと存じます。
Yes, I believe you were quite tired last night. Hisui stands by the door to my bedroom, her posture perfect, like a statue. I wouldn't know anything about perfect posture. Us ghosts, we don't need to stand up straight. Us ghosts, we float around. Float. 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 My mind is still a bit foggy, likely from sleeping in a new place.
四季様。
Master Shiki? Hisui calls out to me. I shake my head to wake myself up.
おはよう、翡翠。わざわざ起こしてくれてありがとう。
Morning, Hisui. Thanks for the wake-up call.
そのようなお言葉は不要です。
Please, there is no need to thank me.
四季様をお起こしするのが私の役割ですから。
I am simply doing my duty. Hisui answers flatly. It's too bad, I think. Hisui would be unstoppable if she had just half the brightness of her sister. Exactly! Not that I have any right to judge someone's character, especially someone you just met.
何かご用でしょうか。
Is there anything I can help you with? Hisui speaks up, perhaps aware of my gaze.
いや、なんでもない。
No, I'm good. Although, I could use some girls and my phone back.
翡翠の顔を見て、ここが遠野の屋敷なんだって実感しただけだよ。
I'd forgotten where I was for a moment, but seeing your face has jogged my memory. I get out of bed and take a deep breath. The clock says it's a little before 7 a.m. It's a bit earlier than when I usually wake up. Actually, right now, that's about later than when I wake up.
着替えてから下に行く。
I'll change and head down.
今、 じゃなくて食堂に行けばいいのか。
I should go to the parlor. I mean, dining room, right?
はい、食堂においでください。朝食の支度ができていますので。
Yes, please come to the dining room. Your breakfast has already been prepared.
わかった。ありがとう。
Got it. Thanks. He sweet bows and leaves the room. I venture down to the first floor lobby. I've already changed my underclothes and put on my uniform. Underclothes? I mean, underwear is what I would say, but I guess Japan has to be extra. The dining room is just inside the west wing. Nothing, absolutely nothing in the west wing. It's the large room to the left of the hall on the opposite side of the stairs.
おはようございます、シキさん。
Good morning, Shiki. She's just so bright and cheerful. I just want to pinch her cheeks and pat her head.
早速朝食をご用意しますね。
I'll bring you some food right away. Kohaku had been waiting for me, it seems. Hisui must have told her last night that being called Master makes me uncomfortable. It seems Kohaku is a little bit more flexible when it comes to that sort of thing. They really are about as different as two people can be. It's like Kana and Chiaki, come to think about it. Kohaku quickly sets the table. Prepared for me is a full traditional Japanese meal. One soup, 3 sides set with rice. Ooh, that sounds good. Note to self, soup, 3 sides, rice, eggs, and bacon. Except...
しまった。昨日のうちに言っておくべきだった。
Damn. Should have said something yesterday. Ugh.
もしかして苦手なものが入っていました？
Oh, is there something you don't like?
シキさん、カブはお嫌いですか？
Not a fan of turnips, huh?
いえ、好き嫌いはあまりない方だと自負してますけど、なんていうか。
No, I'll eat pretty much anything, actually. It's just... there's a little too much. I've always been a light eater, especially when it comes to breakfast. Okay, this I can understand. I have a tendency to eat throughout the day, and while I do have heavy dinners, breakfast has to be light or I get sick. I get that. Unless it's bacon and eggs. That's different. Bacon and eggs, you gotta have a lot. The more I eat, the worse my heartburn gets, until my appetite is totally gone. Man, Shiki, you and I are on the same wavelength. Shiki, you just bumped up a rating in my like you scale. I feel pretty good today, so I could probably eat a full bowl of rice. But on bad days, I'll only manage a bite or two.
そうですか。朝食だとは伺っておりましたので、これでも控えめにしてみたのですけど、ダメですか？
Is that so? I heard you were a light eater, so I made less than usual. Is it still too much?
すみません。事故の後遺症のようなもので、こればかりはどうしようもないというか。あ、でもすごく美味しそうなのはわかります。この朝食は完璧ですね。
I just want to say the backing music here is so perfect. Like, I love it. Sorry, I've been like this ever since my accident. Oh, but don't get me wrong, it all looks delicious. The meal itself is perfect. Except you're not in it. Say what you're gonna say. I know you want to say it.
Anything I'm gonna say.
Girls.
Girls.
I quickly blurt out my honest impression. I don't want to seem ungrateful after Kohaku cooked a wonderful meal for me. None of this is her fault. In fact, she is waifu material, as the kids would say.
とにかくいただきます。
Thank you again.
残してしまった
I'm sorry if I don't eat I'm sorry if I don't eat everything.
いえ、お気になさらず。私もこの道のプロですもの。四季さんの適量を測らせていただきますから。
Please, don't concern yourself with that. I'm a professional, so I'll use this opportunity to get a better understanding of how much you normally eat.
では、どうぞ召し上がれ。お口に合わないようでしたら、遠慮なく言ってくださいましね。
Now, enjoy your meal, and don't hesitate to tell me if there's anything you don't like. Itadakimasu.
ごちそうさまでした。大変美味しかったです。
Gojo-sama deshita. Thank you for breakfast. It was delicious. I bring my hands together and express my thanks. Kohaku's breakfast was a feast for the eyes as well as the stomach. It was delicately seasoned, with none of the flavors overpowering one another. Each bite served to only whet my appetite more, and that's what good food does. If you want to eat a lot, you should have it seasoned in a way that makes you want to eat more, and that's really good. I wish I could cook like that. I can't. I have Kana and Chiaki to help with the library, but I really could use a good cook. I'm sure most high school guys would have helped themselves to seconds or thirds.
けどすみません。せっかく用意してくれたのに残してしまって。
I feel terrible though. You went through all that effort and I wasn't able to eat everything.
いいんです。先にお話を聞いておかなかった私の失敗ですから。
No, it's quite alright. It's my fault for not asking you about it earlier.
それに十分嬉しゅうございます。四季さん、本当に美味しそうに召し上がってくれるんですもの。この日のために腕を磨いていた甲斐があったというものです。
Besides, it was a joy to watch you eat. You looked like you were really savoring every bite. It makes all the effort I spent learning my craft worth it. God, I need to get me a maid like that. Kohaku smiles sweetly. I think she's got things wrong. The joy's all mine, getting to see a smile like that. And I gotta be honest, that smile is adorable. She's adorable. And that expression?
もうこんな時間です。
Oh my god, look at that! Look at her face! She's so cute! Oh my, look at the time!
どうぞ私にお構いなく今の方に行ってくださいな。あちらで食後のお茶を用意いたしますから。あまり四季さんを独占していますと後が恐ろしゅうございますし。
Please go on ahead to the parlor. There's a cup of tea waiting for you there. I'll be in trouble if I hog you any further. Kohaku giggles as she continues tidying up. Best girl. Hands down, I cannot find one single fault. She is sunshine personified. It's already 7:20 a.m., so I should start getting ready to go to school. I thank Kohaku one last time and leave the room. Alright, is it time for school? Not yet. Hisui and Akiha are already in the parlor when I arrive. Akiha is wearing the uniform for Asagami Girls Academy, a prestigious school for young ladies. Also, one thing I want to point out that I like about this is that it moves the visual in the background as you go for certain scenes. I think that's a great effect.
Yo, ohayo, Akiha.
Hey, morning, Akiha.
おはようございます、兄さん。
Good morning, dear brother.
今朝は起床時間が遅かったようですが、まあ、よしとしましょう。初日につき、よく寝つけなかったということにしておきます。
You woke up quite late today, though I will overlook it this time. It was your first day back yesterday, so I will presume you found it difficult to sleep. Snippy is the first word that comes to mind. It's probably not a good idea to tell her that I actually woke up earlier than usual this morning. Look, people need their beauty sleep, okay, Akiha?
すい、兄さんに食後の紅茶を。
Hisui, pour my brother a cup of tea.
私ももう一杯いただきます。
I'll have another one as well.
かしこまりました。四季様、お砂糖はお入れしますか？
Of course. Would you like sugar, Master Shiki?
ああ、うん。じゃあ一つだけ。
Oh, yeah, one please. Although, personally, I like my tea much sweeter. 3.5. Thus begins an inexplicable morning. Oh boy. Silence. Hisui places a cup on the table and returns to her position by the wall. I take a sip of the ruby-colored tea and... Hold on. What is this?
めちゃくちゃうまい。
This tastes amazing. Was this made by angels?
苦いのに甘い。複雑なのに喉越しがすっきりしていて、そもそも香りがこうクリスマスっぽい。
Bitter yet sweet, complex yet totally drinkable. It even smells like Christmas. It was Christmas. Flabbergasted, I ramble on nonsensically. I didn't care much for the lavishness of the mansion I saw yesterday, but this tea is something else entirely. Kinda like the tea I drank this morning.
今朝はマリアージュのエスプリドノエルですね。
You have found the spirit of the season in your cup, I see. Ho 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 ho, Ojo-sama laugh.
紅茶の名店といえばイギリスですが、こちらはフランスの名店です。創業そのものは1850年頃、日本に上陸したのはつい最近。15年ほど前だからメジャーではないものの、品質に問題はありません。
Okay, it's time for tea facts with Akiha. Most assume the English make the finest black teas, but this here is an impeccable French-made blend, established in the 1850s and brought to Japan only 15 years ago. It's still not very widespread, but its quality is unmistakable. Why, thank you, Sojiro.
クリスマスという表現は曖昧すぎて評価しづらいですけど、不思議とニュアンスは伝わりますね。
Comparing it to Christmas is an interesting choice, and a little vague, but strangely, I know exactly what you mean. Akiha laughs, seemingly having found my reaction amusing. See, this is where I like her, when she's like this.
お値段もお手頃だそうですし、庶民派な兄さんに合わせてみた甲斐がありました。上質の葉には 黄金に等しい価値があると勉強になりましたか？
I was right to select a modestly priced blend to match your simple palate. I hope you've learned that good tea is worth its weight in gold. Until the Americans throw it in the harbor, those damn savages. She looks down on me as if I'm the Neanderthal to her sophisticated queen. Well, I mean, she is very sophisticated. Even the way she returns her cup to its saucer is refined. I hate to admit it, but she's right. So, this is what real tea tastes like. What have I even been drinking up until now? I finally understand why all those trading companies sprouted up just to get their hands on this stuff. And they have fancy paintings too. Oh my god. 10 minutes have passed since I came to the parlor. Akiha and I spend most of the time enjoying our tea. Few words were spoken. Every time our eyes met, we both turned our gazes back to our cups. Honestly, I've never felt more awkward. But even so, it wasn't a bad way to spend the time. Having abandoned her for so long, seeing Akiha able to pass time peacefully like this fills me with an emotion that I can't quite explain. Relief? Is that what this is? Regardless, it makes me happy to see Akiha here in front of me. Just as I'm enjoying things, a strange noise comes from the hall.
What the fuck?
Time to build! Time to love! I hope I'm saying that right. Chaotic, reckless insanity. Off to hell now, come with me. The sound of someone's horrendously off-tempo humming creeps through the wall. Is this Taiga? Is she crossing dimensions? Just Taiga comes through the wall.
Hi, good morning.
I love her. I don't know who this is, but I love her.
Well, that made one of us.
And wait, she has a fang. She a vampire. Hope you had an absolutely boss morning, boss. I love it. I love it.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
The thing that slams open the door is decked out in an outfit that's just as outrageous as her entrance. A top that doesn't leave much to the imagination, and a tight leather skirt. Her long hair is crudely bound together. She doesn't seem to be wearing makeup, but her lips are strangely captivating. I told you that Shiki likes girls. Her reddish blonde hair, combined with the fact that she's taller than me, tells me she's not Japanese. And I love her style because I love the pattern on her skirt. No, not skirt, the inside of her jacket, her leggings. I guess not leggings, but like thigh highs, like all good. I glance at her unmistakable curves. She does have a great figure. Girls. Just a reminder that this is an eroge. Just a reminder that this used to be an eroge, I should say. She gives off the impression of a woman. The kind of person that would be more suited to lounging on the beach somewhere instead of standing here in this old mansion. At least she would if it weren't for her white coat, which strangely suits her. Is she a scientist? Good morning, Dr. Arak.
今日は何のご用でしょう。定期診断は昨日のはずでしたが。
What is it you need? I believe my regular checkup was supposed to be yesterday. So she's a doctor. I like her even more than the doctor in Persona, and that's saying a lot.
いやー、昨日はちょっと乗り気になれなくて。
I just wasn't feeling it yesterday, you know. I just gotta have the feeling to be a doctor some days.
夕日を見てたらムラっときちゃって調査ほっぽり出して街に飛び出したのよ。まあ率直に言えばサボりなんで、今日こそきちんとお仕事したくて朝からやってきたわけ。
The sunset really got my engine going, if you know what I mean. So I ditched the checkup and went out on the town. So basically, I played hooky, which is why I'm here bright and early today, 'cause I'm awesome.
あ、メイドちゃん、私にも紅茶プリーズ。砂糖は4さじないし5さじ、気分的には6さじみたいな。
I love her gremlin energy. Oh, I'll take a cup of tea as well, Miss Maid. 4 spoons of sugar. 5, actually. No, I think it's a 6-spoon kind of day after all. Gotta make it 6. The woman in the white coat barges into the parlor. Her eyes naturally meet with mine.
あれあれれあれれれれ
Intensifies. I love her. Oh, She stares at me. After scanning me for some time, I catch the woman smirking at me when... How did she ever become a doctor?
Good question.
I'm gonna take away her medical license. She's ridiculous. That is the best thing I've ever seen. Are you trying to kill me, boss? You've given me a hardcore hit of A10 dopamine. Oh man, you totally get me. What is this, Macbeth? You already halfway to everyone being dead. Who is this person? Dr. Arak. God. The woman is doubled over, howling with laughter. All I can do is frown. Who is this person? Akiha called her Doctor, but... Doctor. Dr. Arak?
兄さんに紹介をしてもよろしいでしょうか。
Will you introduce yourself to my brother? Akiha coughs and chides the woman, seeing my predicament.
ん？紹介って私のこと？それともしきちゃん？
Huh? Introduce myself to little Shiki? Come on.
いいわよ、そんな無駄なこと。
Who cares about that formal stuff? Come on. It's not like we're rich here.
しきちゃんのことなら、脇久くんから聞いてるし。
I've already heard plenty about him from Makihisa.
しきちゃんだって、私みたいなよそ者の事情なんて興味ないでしょ。そんな感情があるなら、抜けてあげろって話。
I'm gonna have a hard time reading for her because her lines are insane. Okay. You're not interested in an outsider like little old me, are ya? Wee little Shiki. Besides, if you had the cojones, Wouldn't it be better directing that extra energy at the boss over there? She actually says cojones. If you gotta have the balls, man. This is ridiculous. Who is this person? From Makihisa? Then this woman knew my father.
そうそう、私はもともと気ままなデラシネ、風に漂う砂しの雲みたいな女だったんだけど、牧久くんとはちょっと縁があって。
Oh my god, is she... Yep, I was a free spirit, a wanderer, a webless spider, going wherever the wind took me. But then I met Makihisa. Is she Shiki's mother-in-law? That's my theory right now, because what the fuck?
行くところがないならうちで一緒に暮らさないか?
Why don't you come and stay with us if you have nowhere else to go?
とか、クールに口説かれちゃったわけ。でも残念、牧久くんはちょー
Okay, good, she's not the mother.
あっさり断って今はトーシちゃんのお友達なのかしら。
He, like, totally hit on me. But too bad for him, he wasn't really my type. So I said, no thanks. Now I'm besties with the boss here. I think that about sums it up. This is a gremlin, and I love her. I think Phil said she's one of the more hated characters in the fandom, but I love her. She's chaos incarnate.
Oh, she's not hated by the fandom. She's hated by me. Fuck her.
I look over to Akiha to confirm if what I've just been told is true. Like, really? I don't have the courage to talk to this woman directly.
荒木先生はお父様の大学時代の後輩です。
Indeed, Dr. Arak attended university with our late father. Oh, so she was a fellow colleague of the father. This woman, just, Jesus Christ.
今は父の友人として私の相談役になってもらっています。
Now, as a friend of his, she acts as my advisor.
私その呼び方嫌い。
What? Don't call me that. I want to cosplay as this person.
はかせ。私のことは親しみと愛情を込めて荒く博士って呼んでくれなきゃ博士泣いちゃう。
Call me Professor and put some heart into it. If you don't, I'll cry right here and now. It's Mrs. Dr. Professor Patrick to you. Seriously, this is the Dr. Professor Patrick meme personified. Arak laughs, not looking even the least bit sad. Except, even mid-laughter, I notice that her eyes have never left me since she entered the room, like we're connected by a thread. Huh. Huh. Huh.
どうぞ、荒木様。お茶が入りました。
Here you are, Miss Arak. Your tea. Hisui intervenes. Oh, thank you, Hisui. At least we know that Hisui's not the craziest person here. Not even Diz is the craziest person here. This is the craziest thing in this entire game so far. Either unaware or unfazed by our conversation, she serves to calm Arak's energy.
もうメイドちゃんったらほんとメイドの鏡ね。
Oh, Miss Maid, you really are perfect, aren't ya? She's not happy to be interrupted. Arak puts a hand on her hip as she downs her sugar-filled tea in one breath. Okay, even I can't do that. She has to be either a vampire or chaos incarnate, something like that. But she has a sharp tooth. I'm gonna say she's a vampire.
Oh, nice sugar. たまんないラブ入ってきた
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
What the hell is wrong with her? I love her. Now, that's some good sugar. No, I have to say it like her. Now, that's some good sugar. Great for the organs, you know. It's going right to my ovaries. I feel the love. I can't even do it justice because I'm trying to suppress my laughter. Like, what the fuck?
じゃあ定期診断に行ってきます大浴場の空調がおかしいんでしょ分かってる分かってるささっとチェックしてついでに4クラスターとか出してみましょう
Alrighty, time for our checkup. The air conditioner in the bath is on the fritz, right? Don't you worry your little heads. I'll have it done in a jiffy. I'll even throw in some ion cluster tech. Just for you. Arak saunters over to the door to the hallway, laughing all the while. She's like Professor Stein from friggin' Soul Eater. This is Stein as a girl. She turns to face me, her hand on the doorknob.
よろしくねしきちゃんよそ者同士仲良くしましょう
I hope we'll get along, Shiki. Us outsiders have to stick together, As we talk about tea going to our ovaries, apparently.
これからいろいろあるでしょうけど
I'm sure you're going to have a lot to deal with. Like me!
もう本当にどうしようもなくなったらアメリカで私に相談してみらっしゃい
But if you ever find yourself lost, my door is always open. The intruder leaves the same way she arrived, humming to herself. I don't know who this person is, but I love her. An awkward silence pervades the parlor. Hey, Akiha?
アラク先生については私もよくは知りません
I don't know much about Dr. Arak myself.
お父様の遺言の関係で屋敷本館への出入りと手入れを一任されている方ですお父様は建築家として重宝なさっていたとかご本人曰く建築業は副業だそうですが
Father's will stipulates that we grant her access to the mansion and permission to mend things around it. It seems Father often relied on her abilities with regard to architecture, one of her many talents. Oh, she's not like a doctor, but she's more like a, someone who tinkers with technology. Akiha explains the situation curtly. She answered before I could even ask who the woman was, as if to say she doesn't want me asking any more questions.
失礼いたしますねアキハ様そろそろ登校のお時間おや何やら緊迫した雰囲気ですね
Excuse me, Mistress Akiha. It's almost time to leave for school. It feels a little tense in here.
はあはあ朝から無理難題を言って早速シキさんを怯えさせてしまったのですか
Already scaring poor Shiki with your demands first thing in the morning, are we? I love Kohaku.
あなたね早速とは何ですか早速とは
What do you mean, already?
第一私は理不尽な決まり事は口にしません常識的な範囲でのお願いをするだけです
I would never request the impossible. Everything we have discussed thus far has been perfectly within the realm of reason. Except for the doctor. Kohaku seems amused by Akiha's defense. These two are like a comedy troupe, I swear. It's only the second day, but I feel like I'm starting to understand their relationship.
それでは私は学校に向かいます
Well then, I will be leaving for school.
兄さん昨夜も言いましたが 門限は厳守するように。昨夜のニュースはご覧になっていますか？
Shiki, I do hope you won't forget about your curfew. Did you see the news from last night? No, because there's no TVs in the house. How would we see the news? And you took away the phone. What the fuck?
なってないよ。
Oh, that's his defense.
取り上げられてる
Me and Shiki are on the same wavelength. I haven't. Someone thought it was reasonable to take my phone away from me, remember?
そうですか。では、明日から朝刊を今に用意させます。
I see. I will make sure there's a morning paper in the parlor starting tomorrow, then. That doesn't solve the situation. The phone's good for news in the time and an alarm clock that would have helped us wake up earlier.
早めに起床し、一日のニュースに目を通すといいでしょう。
You should make a habit, you should make it a habit of waking up early to peruse it every day. There she goes again. My sarcasm is quickly hurled back into my face by her cold, pointed response.
ニュースによると、昨夜、宗谷駅北口で
Huh.
不老者の遺体が発見されたそうです。栄養失調による凍死とも、出血による衰弱死とも報道されています。
Apparently, the body of a vagrant was found outside the north exit of Suya Station. Some report the cause of death as exposure, but others have reported it as blood loss. Vampires! Vampires!
真相はどうあれ、このところ繁華街の治安は良くないようです。そんな時に出歩いて、くだらない事件に巻き込まれては、遠野家の恥ですから。
Regardless of the true cause, the city is not safe. I trust you will not shame our family by getting yourself involved in such a ridiculous affair. You will shame us by dying in this manner. How dare you? How dare? How absolute dare? See, how I died. Well, you're not ready for that yet, but as a ghost, I do not bring shame to anyone. I will say that much.
学校が終わり次第、日が落ちる前に屋敷に戻ることを心がけてください。
Please make sure to be home before the sun sets, or you're fired. Wait, I can't fire you. You're my brother. Damn. For every sprinkle I find, I shall kill you. Akiha leaves the parlor after reminding me of my curfew. And in this case, it actually makes sense. Because the curfew in Fate's Day Night was because of all the killings, and I get that. Curfew here is that there's people turning up dead with blood loss. That makes sense. I just don't believe in a curfew in general, but when people are out there killing people, But I'm a ghost, so it doesn't affect me. But if she wants me home before the sun sets, that means I'll have to be back by 6. Why even make my curfew 8 o'clock then? Daylight savings time, Shiki. The clock in the parlor puts the time at 7:30 a.m. Okay, so there is a clock there. But is it accurate like a phone's? Food for thought. I can make it to school as long as I have 30 minutes to spare, but will Akiha arrive in time? I think I remember Asagami Girls Academy being pretty far away. Huh.
四季さん、四季さん、聞こえますか？そう、あなたです。明葉様の容赦ない仕打ちに打ちひしがれ、絶望に膝を折っているあなたに話しかけています。
I think this is Kohaku, and she's best girl. Shiki, Shiki, can you hear me? Yes, you. Downtrodden and wallowing in despair after facing Mistress Akiha's scathing assault. What is this, Monokuma? Yeah, it's no Kohaku. What is she doing? Hidden behind the sofa, she gestures for me to come over to her.
聞こえていますけど、何ですか、琥珀さん。
I can hear you, Kohaku. What are you doing here?
違います。私は 使用人であって使用人ではない
I love her! Best girl.
のでこれをあなたにお返しするのです
I'm not Kohaku. I am a mysterious being in the shadows, a silent guardian, which is why I can give you this. Kohaku pulls out a cell phone from the sleeve of her kimono. Best girl. Best girl. Best girl. That's my phone that Akiha confiscated yesterday.
いいんですか？
Are you sure?
でも秋葉様には内緒ですよ見つからないように注意してくださいね
Of course, though let's not mention this to Mistress Akiha, okay? Be careful that she doesn't catch you.
あと屋敷内で使うのもお控えくださいまあ電波の通りがあまり良くないので使いたくても使えないとは思いますが
Also, try not to use it while you're in the mansion. We don't get very good service anyway, so you probably wouldn't be able to use it regardless. Okay, that actually kind of makes sense why Akiha wouldn't use a phone and would resort to more paper and TV. If they don't get service up there, that makes sense. Although they should probably hook up service out in that area. But in Japan, there are areas that are remote, like a country, and don't have all the modern conveniences and services where rich people live. So that kind of makes sense.
琥珀さん。
Kohaku, thank you. Now I can look at girls. At least someone in the Tono Manor is on my side. I take the phone and quickly slip it into the inner pocket of my uniform.
あとはこちらもどうぞ正門の認証カードです
Take this too. It's a key card for the main gate. Ah, so this is why it's a video game. We need key cards to open doors like Metal Gear Solid.
ブザーを押していただければ私の方でロックを解除しますが警備室まで行くのにどうしても時間がかかってしまいますので
Of course, I can unlock it for you if you press the buzzer, but it does take time to get to the security room, and I have very short legs.
ご面倒とは存じますがお急ぎの時はこちらで正門の鍵を開けていただければ助かります
I hate to trouble you, but if you're in a hurry, it'll be faster to open the gate with this. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. A keycard for the gate? The Tonos sure don't slouch when it comes to security.
それでは私は秋葉様をお見送りしてきます
Well then, I have to see Mistress Akiha off.
後のことは翡翠ちゃんにお任せしますね
Hisui will take care of everything else for you. See, now I know why Akiha wants her as a personal maid, because she's the best.
はいいってらっしゃい姉さん
Yes, goodbye, sister. Kohaku hurries off after Akiha.
四季様のお時間はよろしいのですか
Will you have time to make it to school, Master Shiki?
ああ、ここから学校まで歩いても30分だからね。
Yeah, it only takes 30 minutes or so to walk from here.
今は7時半だろ。途中でちょっと走れば間に合うよ。でも、気にかけてくれてありがとう、翡翠。
It's 7:30 now, so I should make it if I run a bit. Thanks for worrying about me, though. Hisui nods, seemingly satisfied with my explanation.
それでは外までお見送りいたします
Then, please, allow me to see you off.
ああ、うん。どうも。
Yeah, thanks. Having a personal maid really is embarrassing. No, it's not. You have a girl at your beck and call. That's good. He's good. That's the only thing I disagree with Shiki on at the moment, is that I would like to have a maid, but not like as a servant, as like a friend. Girl friend. I rise from the sofa in response to Hisui's urging. Disregarding the intruder earlier, my first morning in the mansion after 7 years passed without much issue. Alright, we're finally done with the mansion scene. Now, what's next? Oh, not yet. I spoke too soon. Hisui sees me out as I leave the mansion. Are we done? Are we done? Nope. It's pretty. The Tono estate rests atop a high hill on the outskirts of Suya, quite a distance from the station. From the vast stretch of forest in the area, it's easy to think that the manor was built simply to be an entrance to it. It only takes a little more than 30 minutes to pass the station and get to school from here. I should be able to make it in time for homeroom if I hurry a bit. Alright, I wonder if Trashiko is waiting. This crossroads reminds me a little bit of the crossroads in Fate, not gonna lie. I make my way down the long decline. It's my first time taking this route to school, since I always took the train when I was with the Arimas. It almost feels like I'm going to an entirely different school. There's not really anyone from school around. I don't see many from Suya High in this area. Well, yeah, you have to go to Seasoning City to see actual people. Mob Psycho reference! 7:30 a.m. I seem to be the only one wearing a school uniform. Unlike the south exit yesterday, the north exit is crowded with commuters. Men in suits rush by on their way to work, the kind of sight that's entirely common. Business, 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 numbers. They appear unbothered by the recent happenings in the city. Or at least it's not enough to warrant changing their day-to-day schedule. It's just a couple deaths, it's nothing to worry about, just people drained of blood and vampires. That's actually kind of normal in Shibuya, or wherever Akia's strip takes place. Regardless, there's no obvious change to the town. I guess a few would avoid going out at night based on a bad feeling like Arihiko. I head to the residential district, away from the station. Unlike before, the road here is packed with uniformed students. My phone tells me I have 5 minutes until the school gate closes. I quicken my pace, dashing down the asphalt path so I won't be late. It took me around 30 minutes, just like I told Hisui. I did have to run once or twice, so I should leave a bit before 7:30 if I want to have plenty of time. Arihiko isn't here today. I guess him coming yesterday really was a fluke. Damn it, Trashiko. I walk over to my desk, greeting my classmates on the way. I check my phone for the few minutes I have until homeroom starts. I scan the morning news as well as both school forums, the official one created at the behest of the younger teachers, and an anonymous board made by students. There's nothing particularly interesting this morning. I look up and find that the vast majority of other students are spending their time in a similar fashion. Apparently, most teachers over 30 say we don't have any real friends. All these kids today, they're on their phones, they're not breeding, they're not having sex, they don't have any real friends. This is why Japan is coming crashing down. That's actually a thing in Japan. People are worried about everyone's working. They work them very hard. In high school, they have to focus on schoolwork. and there's a huge focus on making sure that, they study and whatnot. So people are musing that, oh hey, there's not enough people actually breeding, there's not enough people like having children because of all the stuff happening with that. But instead of blaming the problem, they'll blame the cell phones. A common misconception by the previous generations. All that's changed is how we define our friendships. We value our friends behind the monitor as much as those we talk to in person. Our class gets along just fine, and that's very true. For example, Phil. I met Phil through a screen. It took us years to connect before we actually, became one in the haunted gaming library. Most of my friends I met online first, because a lot of the friends that I had back in high school physically changed. That's just how things work. If anything, it used to be difficult to make friends outside of your own class. But that's not the case anymore. It's easier than ever before to find people you click with. Homeroom doesn't need to be like a family anymore, as long as people get along okay. Shiki is 100% right. The rapid growth of the internet has bridged any gap in knowledge caused by age. We might not share the same wealth of experience, but I'd say we're pretty even when it comes to day-to-day things. They say we have no passion, no dreams, no hope. But I don't think that's our fault. This really sounds like Danganronpa at times, I'm gonna be honest. But then again, this led to Danganronpa. This is a precursor. The world is smaller than it used to be. Even elementary schoolers know just how stalled our society has become. Which is why it's become difficult to have dreams in this day and age. That's what it means to share information. The larger our collective knowledge grows, the smaller the lives of the people who possess it seem to become. People used to look beyond the horizon to learn. There's no need anymore. We don't need to go anywhere. People may be free, but they lost all reason to venture outside their narrow world. Whether that be the classroom, school, or city, people feel trapped. Which can also be a problem, like people not wanting to venture outside their bubble, but at the same time, having this knowledge, this access to the internet brings, is crucial. At least that's what people say, and that's just their personal opinion. I don't feel that sense of being trapped. I don't have any problems with our society or feel like we're stuck. The only thing I'm worried about is enjoying every day I have as much as I can. Also, one thing I noticed, and I don't know if this is specific to Shiki, but there's a lot of sky shots compared to Fate, him gazing at the sky, and I wonder if that's, specific to his character. To start with, it's probably wrong for someone dreaming of the simple life to drone on about the complexities of society. I bet I'm full of misconceptions. Exactly. The bell for homeroom rings while I'm lost in thought. The students, who had been chatting away, returned to their seats. I put away my phone and ready my mind for class. Thus begins my second day of school since returning home. It's been 3 minutes since homeroom began. A replacement for Miss Toyama has yet to arrive. Murmuring spread throughout the room. The class isn't far from crumbling into disorder. The students have completely lost focus. Well, maybe if you brought Taiga-sensei in, she would help with this disruption. Everyone would prefer to goof off until first period, if we're going to be forgotten about anyways. Just one more minute. We'll behave for one more minute. After that, we can do whatever we want, just as we all make the unspoken agreement. The door rolls open. Okay.
皆さん静かに静かに。
Hello! Alright, quiet everyone, quiet!
ホームルームを始めますよ。
Homeroom is starting!
Okay, but this is just divine. Exquisite.
Okay, I wonder who this is. The classroom falls silent. We stare at the complete stranger who just entered the room. She obviously isn't Japanese. In fact, she looks more like a college student than a teacher.
あれ何かしらこの空気。
Are you all okay?
皆さん揃ってカチンコチンになっちゃってるけど。
You look like you've seen a ghost. Look, I am a ghost lady. That is slander. Although it's in print, so it's libel. But even still, that is libelous claims right there.
何？私ったらバジ系女子？ああ、いけない。ちょっと例えがマイナーよね。日本風に言うとリング系女子？でも先生、名前は貞子じゃないんだけど。
Don't worry, I don't have snakes in my hair, and I'm not going to turn you all to stone. Oh my, not a fan of myths here, are we? Let's see, you don't have to worry about me crawling out of any television screens. Oh, but then, I guess I don't have the long stringy hair for that either. I do love a good Ring reference, that's pretty good. I cringe. Still a pretty ancient reference. It is not. The Ring is still relevant today. The woman doesn't seem bothered by it. She stands behind the teacher's podium and gives an exaggerated cough. Okay, second theory. Dr. Arak is definitely a vampire, but this teacher right here, vampire, ancient references according to the students. Bam. Phil, make a chart. Make a chart and put who I think is a vampire on there.
はじめまして。富山先生が転任なされたので、その代行としてやってきた新任の藍染ノエルです。
Nice to meet you all. My name is Noelle Aizomi, and I'll be filling in for Miss Toyama.
1ヶ月だけのお付き合いになりますが、皆さんよろしくお願いします。
We'll only be together for a short month, but I look forward to having a great time with you. Trying to put a little different inflection on her voice here. But also, the first thing I can think about, I know her name is Noelle, but I have a friend named Noel, and it's just like, I'm just like, oh my god, it's Noel. Noel is the teacher. Noel, how dare you? You're the one who said rolling was real, and then it turned out to be real. But you're wrong about this.
担当学科は体育と英語。好きな食べ物はモンブラン。もらって嬉しいプレゼントは現金ないしウェブマネーで NG ワードはペットショップ。
Okay, question for you, Eliza. What is Mont Blanc?
It's basically a chestnut puree on that's topped with whipped cream. It's a very famous old.
Oh, it's a dessert. Okay.
Yeah, from old Paris. Like this hasn't really been used that much since the 1800s.
Okay. Okay. I'll be teaching PE and English. My favorite food is Mont Blanc, and I like getting gift cards on my birthday. And please don't talk about pet shops around me, as they're just not my thing. Okay, I hate her because pets are the best.
質問は随時受け付けますので、遠慮なくアタックしてください。
I'm happy to answer any questions you have for me, so feel free to ask anything your heart desires. Heart. Winku, winku, winku. A thunderous crash breaks the silence. The sound originated from a male student who jumped up from his chair after seeing Miss Noelle's wink. I have to admit, it got me as well. Ms. Noelle isn't what I'd call an absolute stunner. I would. I mean, well, Dr. Arak is the best looking woman so far, but Miss Noelle's pretty good. But that only adds to her charm. I guess you could say it makes her more approachable. Man, Nasuverse is all about girls. Like, legitimately, You can forget about the dangerous vampires. It's just girls. That's the game, is girls. She's the kind of slightly older woman guys my age are really into. Her charm is hard to put into words, but there's something about her that I think tickles every high school guy's fancy. I have a question. How old are you? I'm trying to mimic the voice. Where do you live? What do you do on your days off? Do you have any hobbies? Are you into high schoolers? Okay, that's I'm calling the FBI in on that one. FBI, open up. A wave of questions come flooding from the boys. Stuff like this would usually be saved for the anonymous message boards, but after that wink, it seems the guys just couldn't wait. FBI, open up.
Call the police.
The girls look at the boys like they're human trash, which is pretty on the nose. That's right. But this doesn't seem to bother them, now feverishly bombarding Miss Noel with questions. You know, you could have had any of the girls in school, but you just had to hit on the teacher. I get that. I know the song "Hot for Teacher" is really big, but you don't have to take it literally. What a wonderful response! Thank you.
年齢はどうせ女子の皆さんが暴いちゃうだろうから言っちゃうと25歳。住まいは2駅隣の賃貸マンション。好きなタイプは大人の頭の文系男子。趣味は日曜教会でお手伝いをしています。隣町の教会だから興味があったらお祈りに来てくれると先生嬉しいな。
Let's see. I'm sure the girls will figure it out eventually. So I'll just tell you that I'm 25. I rent an apartment 2 stations away. You're not supposed to tell them where you live. I like my men mature and well-read. And my hobby is helping out with the church on Sundays. I'd love it if you all came and said a prayer with us sometime. But I thought vampires couldn't cross over the doorway of a church. Unless it's not really a church. Like in Fate's Day Night.
教会？何先生、シスターなの？っていうか、趣味でシスターやってるんですか？
Church? Are you a nun? You're a nun in your off time?
ええ、私の国じゃそう珍しいことじゃありません。ああ、まだまだボランティアレベルで悩める子羊の告白を解決してあげてるだけですけど。
That's right. It's fairly common where I come from, though I'm still just a volunteer, so all I can do is hear the confessions of lost little lambs. And I'm just saying this right now, I kind of love this because she's playing them, she's getting them interested, and then reveals, oh, by the way, I'm a nun, I'm off limits. Like, she totally knew what she was doing. Whoa. And the guys are just like, that just makes it even hotter. Miss Noel's surprising openness creates a stir among the male students. If I'm being honest, the word nun has piqued my own interest. The girls, on the other hand, are playing with their phones in silence. I casually check the anonymous student forums to see what they're saying. Ugh, the boys are so gross. Do they actually think anyone would be into them? She's not even that pretty. I wish she'd do that, oh look at me, I'm French thing somewhere else. She's like not even hiding how much she's loving this. About what I expected. More and more gossip is posted. More and more gossip is posted to the forum. Before long, the class has been bizarrely split along gender lines. The tribes are firmly divided into disgusting boys and nasty girls, a war of cliques right out of middle school. Miss Noel smiles wanly. Is it wanly? Miss Noel smiles wanly as she watches the chaos unfold.
この子たち、頭の程度は大丈夫なのかしら。
Hehehe. It seems this class may be a bit on the slow side. Not something you'd expect to hear from a teacher. Unable to keep up with what's happening, I take a look around and meet eyes with Yumizuka. It looks like she feels the same as me. What is happening? The classroom is lively. What should have been a normal day now feels anything but. Okay, this is a good stopping point.
One day later.
Morning classes have ended. The classroom feels even more restless than usual. Tensions have been simmering between the guys and the girls since third period, Ms. Noel's class. I wonder why. Maybe if the guys don't stand up and ask, oh yeah, are you into high schoolers? Like, that's kind of creepy. It seems that the girls have put Miss Noel in the teachers we don't like category. Now, this I don't feel is deserved, but, you know, high school. In any case, it's lunch now. Most of the class is making their way to the cafeteria or to the school store. You don't want to go to the school store. There's a mono machine over there. It's just too much to take in. The only ones left in the classroom are Yumizuka and her group of friends. Now, where should I get lunch? I wonder. So Phil wanted me to go out into the hallway and think about it. So we're gonna try that. Phil, you're railroading it. I step into the hallway and head for the stairs. Whether I go to the cafeteria or school store, I have to go down to the first floor. But as I make my way down to the first floor, I run into someone I wasn't expecting to see. The new teacher, Miss Noel, is loitering on the landing. That's a tongue twister. It's rare to see a teacher out in the hall during lunch. At our school, teachers generally eat in the faculty room, the supply room, or the teacher space in the cafeteria. Personally, I would eat in the faculty room. I think that's the better place to do it. I don't see any reason for her to be on the landing between the first and second floors. Unless she wants to start a battle for the Holy Grail. Perhaps.
先生、もしかして迷子ですか?
Miss Noel, are you lost? I don't think there's any way she could be, but figure I should ask just in case.
やだもう、そんな頼りなさそうに見えた?
Oh gosh, did I look that helpless?
ただの気分転換、ちょっとした息抜きよ。
I'm just taking a little breather.
だってここの職員室、めっちゃアットホームでさ。
The faculty room here is just a little too homely, you know?
短い時間ですが、我々のことは家族と思ってください。
I know this is only temporary, but I hope we can think of each other as family.
とか言われたら目が点になるでしょ?
I mean, how intimidating is that?
新任初日で歓迎会に誘われるとか、心の準備ができてないっていうか。
And being invited to a welcome party on my first day, it just... I'm not ready for that.
みんなニコニコ笑顔って逆に怖くない?
A room full of people with their attention all on you? All smiles? Can you imagine anything more terrifying?
あ、まあ確かに。
Huh. No, you're right. Now I'm the one caught off guard. Miss Noelle is so candid that I can't help but agree with her as though we're friends. I'm telling you, it's her vampire charm.
でしょ？高校の教師とか半端に大人ぶった子供の相手で疲れ切ってるんだろうなーなんて甘く見てた。
Right? I thought high school teachers would be run down from constantly having to deal with kids who think they're adults. But I was wrong.
めっちゃタフでポジティブ。それとスマイリー。
Everyone's so strong and positive, and they smile all the time.
私も笑顔には自信があるけど、先生方にはちょっと負けるな。
I know I've got a great smile, but even I'm not up to par with the other teachers. As she speaks, Ms. Noelle slides the mobile device she had been holding into her jacket. It didn't look like she was talking on the phone or writing a message. Could she have been taking pictures?
でもな、いつまでも抜け出しちゃいられないわよね。
Well, I guess I can't play hooky forever, huh?
観念して職員室に戻ろうっと。
I've psyched myself up now, so I should get back to the faculty room.
それにしても迷子ですかって何？ここ学校なのにおかしい。それともそれって日本人のナンパの定型だったりする？
But are you lost? What was that supposed to mean? We're at school, you know. Or is that some kind of Japanese pickup line? Rich.
いえ、そんなことは。
No, that's not what I...
分かってる分かってる。困らせただけさ。
I know. I'm just teasing. Winku. Winku. Winku.
じゃあまたね、しきくん。素敵な気遣いありがとう。
See you later, Shiki. Thanks for looking out for me. Double wink. I do like this little smiley face, like Taiga. Ms. Noelle walks off down the stairs, humming a tune to herself. I've never met such a lax teacher, but... How did she know my name? Because she's a vampire, what do you think? It's all about vampires. Even though she's still new, it seems that she's already memorized all her students' names and faces. Maybe she's more dedicated to her job than she looks. Okay, secondary theory. If she's not a vampire, I have a feeling that, like, there's something more to it. Like, she's putting up an act in that she really does love teaching. Or maybe she's an FBI agent investigating the murder. School day's already over, jeez. I love this music. School ends. I didn't have any dizziness or anemia. It was a good day today. But you said the chapter is a day that was not. Like, I don't get the subtitle. I mean, I guess bleh. Well, if you discount the emergence of a strange new virus rampaging through our classroom. Huh. Oh, okay. The girls have taken to calling it Noel fever. Yeah. Noel-itis is another one. Not even lunch served to cool the tension between the afflicted boys and the girls side-eyeing them. Side-eyeing them. I can't say that. It's looking like a battle that will continue into tomorrow. No, this is not a battle. Women, this is a war. The boys who managed to break the fever were showered with praise by the girls, but labeled idiots, traitors, and worse by their still feverish former brethren. Just another day at high school, and I gotta be honest, this is kind of what high school is like. Having lived it through high school, like, one day you're into one girl, another day you're into another girl. I was never really into dating, but, like, people have crushes, emotions run rampant, is pretty cray, man. Well, I guess she isn't like anyone we've seen before. Still, I don't understand why everyone is so obsessed with her. I mean, Akiha is way pretty. Oh, there you are. Do you have a moment, Cheeky? Did she telepathically detect my roasting or something? My, you look like a deer in the headlights. Were you thinking something naughty, perhaps? No, of course not. I was not thinking about your boobs. I mean, your butt. I mean, shush. What is it you need, Miss Noel? I swallow the guilt I feel from comparing Miss Noel and Akiha and try my best to change the subject, especially because Akiha's your sister. Bruh. And then a smile flickers across Ms. Noel's face, like she's seen straight through me.
ノエル先生という響きはいいものね。先輩って呼ばれるよりずっといいわ。
Ms. Noel, I sure do like the ring to that.
日本にはまだ慣れていなくて不安だったけど、あなたみたいに純朴な子に先生って呼ばれるのは癖になりそう。背徳的でちょっとドキドキしちゃうもの。
Everything here in Japan is so new. I was worried I wouldn't fit in, but I could get used to being a teacher for a cutie like you. It feels so immoral. Okay, call the FBI, call the police.
ノエル先生。
Ms. Noel?
ちょっと近いんですけど。
Think you could, back it up a bit?
気にしないで。というか、こういう時は鈍いふりをして黙っているものよ。
Don't worry about it. You're supposed to pretend you don't understand what's going on, silly.
How you doing? All right, should have a seat over in that chair, please.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
私の首筋、綺麗でしょ?
Look, doesn't my neck look pretty? Either you're a groomer or an FBI plant, because I don't think vampires do that. I don't know if it's nerves or the power of the setting sun. I hear her voice not from in front of me, but behind me, like she's whispering directly into my ear. Okay, maybe she is a vampire.
そう警戒しないで。
Don't be scared.
ただ指と指を重ねるだけ。体温を伝えるだけ。私の体を預けるだけ。
Just let our fingers touch. Feel each other's warmth. Accept me. No! No! No, bad touch!
そう。あなたに私を食べてもらいたいだけ。
That's it. I want you to gobble me up. No! No! Her breath nears, our legs entwine. She wraps her arms around my back like she doesn't want me escaping. Right in front of me, a woman's smooth, seductive neck. Why are they fixating on the neck? I know, like, certain parts of women can be sexy, but a neck, okay. The power of Christ compels you. You're supposed to be a nun. Listen, doesn't the sound of my heartbeat excite you? Just forget yourself. Forget everything. Throw out anything that would get in our way, like pretenses and these. Her fingers slither up to my glasses. The moment she touches them, I jump away. My entire body revolts against the idea of seeing the lines. Got you! I thought I'd tease you a little to commemorate our first day together. Okay, I don't like you.
日本風に言うとちょっとしたスキンシップじゃなくて名刺交換どっちにしてもまだまだ形だけの付き合いってことね私たち
What's a better way to introduce yourself than a little physical contact? What do you call it here? Skinship? Though we still have lots to learn about each other, I think. Look, I know this was originally an eroge, but no. No, this is assault. I'm pressing charges. You're going to jail. Fuck you, jail. That was supposed to be a joke? I don't think so. I don't think that's what you would call what just transpired. There is a limit to the kind of jokes you can crack as a teacher. And that was not a joke. What was it that you needed? You made it sound like you were looking for me.
それはもういいのちょっと手伝ってもらいたいことがあっただけそれももう終わったわ
It's nothing. I wanted your help with something, but it's all taken care of. Okay, this is very sus. This is extremely sus.
それじゃあさようならしきくん富山先生みたいにならないよう気をつけて帰ってね
Well then, I'll see you tomorrow, Shiki. Be careful not to end up like Miss Toyama. She's a vampire. She's gotta be a vampire. Like, that whole thing, vampire. Ms. Noel leaves with a wave. Something about that last remark bothers me. Do I want to ask about Miss Toyama? I'll ask. Miss Noel, I call out to her. I can't help but ask. What did you mean, end up like Ms. Toyama? I ask a question that shouldn't be asked. Ms. Noel, the substitute for Ms. Toyama, softly places her index finger to her lips.
富山先生はね昨日お亡くなりになったのよ
Miss Toyama passed away last night.
公園の外れで体の半分が焼け落ちていたんだって
They found half of her body burned to a crisp outside the park. She responds almost like she's singing. Why do I get the feeling she's responsible? Well, fuck me, I guess. what the fuck was that scene? Like, oh my god, like, I have so many problems, because I initially liked her, but then she does this to a student, and then calls it off as a joke. She's very suspicious. I don't know if I like her. I like, ugh. I leave the school. The left side of my throat hurts a little, like something has scratched it. I don't have anything to do. Alright, we're gonna go straight home. That's the other thing that Phil wanted me to do. Let's go. In any case, after that, I just want to go home. Bad touch. I'll head straight back to the Tono mansion. I did promise Akiha that I'd be home before sunset. Sunset, yeah. I don't know if I buy the news about the serial killer, but life can take some unexpected turns. Dude, Shiki, dude. She just told you about her teacher who was burned to a crisp on half of her, and we have other killers running around. How do you not buy the news? I happen to know a little kid who went to play in town only to come back with a massive injury on his chest. I should avoid any unnecessary risks. Also, another reason you don't buy serial killers, yet you have the eyes of death perception? Come on. Okay. Change the common sense. Cutter. Huh. The nape of my neck is strangely warm. It feels swollen. Maybe that's why I don't remember where I'm going. Night covers the city like water from a leaky pipe. It's far more lively than this morning. The shining headlights of cars. The throngs of people that the station swallows up and spits out. The number of uniformed students has dropped drastically, and brightly clothed people now own the streets. I rise from the bench I was sitting on. It's time. I start towards the shopping district, though I have no reason to go there. I thought you were going home. I slip into a side street away from the main avenue. It's more of an alley than a street. There's no one around. Completely silent. No sign of life. Nothing except the rustling from in there. The light from the vending machines is blinding. A modern convenience at odds with this place. I hurry past the glaring brightness. I make for the darkness. Darkness befitting of the night. To shadowy places more confined and further from prying eyes. I place my hands on the rusted fence. If I can open this and go inside, I can... Hey, you! Huh? The voice stops me in my tracks. I come back to my senses in a daze. I don't understand. Why did I come here? And why was I trying to go in there? Oh, her again. Excuse me, could you spare 100 yen? I turn around and find a strange girl standing in front of the vending machines. It seems she wants to buy a drink, but doesn't have any change. I'm not sure if it's the guilt I feel at losing myself, or if I just can't bring myself to refuse, but I hand the girl 100 yen. Thanks, I appreciate it. The girl pushes my money through the coin slot and presses a button. She picks up the can that is dispensed, then scrunches her face into a frown.
こんな時間に散歩とかのんきですね。
Pretty reckless, walking around at a time like this.
お家の人待ってるんじゃないですか？
Isn't your family waiting for you at home? Huh? Yeah, I'm kind of confused as to what's going on, but there's strange things happening everywhere. I check my phone. The clock informs me it's 7:40 without a hint of mercy. I only have 20 minutes until my curfew. In a panic, I make to dash out of the alleyway, when from behind...
待ってください。
Wait a second. The girl calls out to me again.
何？悪いけど急いで。
What is it? Sorry, but I'm kind of in a hurry. The girl tosses the canned drink to me. Surprised, I catch it. Didn't she buy this for herself, though?
それあげます。
You can have it.
なんで？
Why?
どれも飲めない味でした。
Didn't see anything I liked. Why is everyone so suspicious today? The girl voices her displeasure and walks past me briskly.
いや、呆れてる場合じゃない。
Wait, I don't have the time to be standing around. I rush away as well. What kind of brother, no, what kind of human being breaks his curfew on the first day? I've got to get back now or else Akiha will rip me a new one. God, this is suspicious. I'm home. I open and close the door as quietly as possible and sneak into the lobby. I make sure my greeting isn't too loud or too quiet. I'm just gonna check the flowchart. I did pick the right choice, didn't I? Go straight home. I did choose go straight home. So weird. Okay. It's 1 minute before 8. My mad dash from the station narrowly got me home on time, but I feel like I'm going to throw up. That hill is a killer. That kill is a hiller. Tongue twister. I totally forgot that my downhill path to school means I have to climb uphill to get back home.
お帰りなさいませ、四季様。
Welcome home, Master Shiki.
お疲れとは存じますが、お部屋に戻る前に執務室においでください。秋葉様からお話があるとのことです。
I am sure you are tired, but please come to the office before retiring to your room. Mistress Akiha wishes to speak with you.
執務室ですか。
The office, huh? I should have guessed that being called to the office meant Akiha wasn't happy with me.
寄り道をするのは金銭に余裕があるからでしょう。
Perhaps your penchant for detours is due to an overabundance of financial freedom.
今回の罰として兄さんの月々の交友費を2割ほど減らすことにします。
As punishment, I will be reducing your monthly allowance by 20%. My punishment? Doled out to me the moment I enter the office, without any chance to explain myself. I guess I didn't realize I would be getting money each month from my sister, and now it's already been slashed. I hope you're happy, old man. Akiha is even stricter than you were.
でもそれはないだろう。俺は門限は守ったんだぞ。
But I made it back before curfew, right?
まあ日が暮れる前にってのは守れなかったけど。
Though I guess I did promise I'd be back before the sun set.
あら、それは意外でした。私と約束を交わした自覚はあったんですね。では、どうして守れなかったんです？
My, I'm surprised. You actually remember that, do you? Then why did you not keep your word?
いやー、それがつい忘れてたみたいで。
I just kinda forgot. I was kind of dealing with a teacher who was putting moves on me, and then I got brainwashed into something, I think.
兄さん、私も言い忘れていました。
What a coincidence. I'd forgotten something as well.
罰の追加として、今夜の夕食は抜きとします。
As an additional punishment, you will be going without dinner tonight. Man, that's harsh. What? Nani? She's a tyrant. If she's this angry when I actually make my curfew, I don't know whether I'll survive if I actually miss it. I trudge back across the lobby on my way to my room. Despite my protests, I wasn't able to convince Akiha to let me have dinner. Though she did agree to only decrease my allowance by 10%. A singular but important victory as an older brother.
四季さん、四季さん。
Shiki, Shiki. Kohaku, please save me from the tyrant. Kohaku calls out to me before I arrive at my room. Hidden in the corner of the hallway, she seems to have reverted to her conspirator mode from this morning. Conspirator is a word that I haven't seen in a long time.
もうダメですよ。今日ぐらいはちゃんと帰ってこないと。
What were you thinking? You have to at least follow the rules for your first full day.
いくらなんでも一日目なら言うことを聞いてくれるだろうって、もうありえないぐらい早めに帰ってきてたんですから。
She was here so early, expecting that you would be too.
帰ってきてたって誰がですか？
Who was here early? Who was here early? I don't know, the Easter Bunny. Akiha, you stupid!
そんなの決まって。いえ、なんでもございません。
Isn't it obvious? Never mind. Moving on.
それはともかくとして、夕食抜きは使用人として見過ごせません。
As a loyal servant, I cannot allow you to go without dinner.
ですので、お部屋の方に軽食をご用意しておきました。
Which is why I've prepared a light meal for you in your room.
おにぎりとお味噌汁という簡単なものですが。
It's just onigiri and miso soup, however. What a thoughtful housekeeper. No, she likes you, you dummy. It was the same with my phone this morning. She's being so nice to me, even though it might get her in trouble with Akiha.
でもいいんですか？俺はすごく助かりますけど。
Are you sure? I mean, I'm really thankful, but...
はい、四季さんの健康に関わることですもの。
I'm quite sure. Your health is at stake here.
それに、これは翡翠ちゃんも同意していますから。秋葉様に見つかっても、二人で謝れば許していただけますよ。
Yes, we agreed as well. Please don't worry. Even if we are discovered, Mistress Akiha will forgive us if we apologize together.
そうか、あの子も。
The maid actually cares, huh? You're such a dummy, Shiki. Of course she cares. Despite how stoic she looks, she's pretty thoughtful. I guess she took pity on me having to go without dinner, though she didn't show it.
四季さん、あの子じゃないのです。翡翠ちゃんです。
Shiki, she has a name, you know.
分かってる。でもまだうまく話せないから、気軽に名前で呼ぶのは申し訳ない気がして。
Oh, sorry. It's just, she's been hard to get through to, so I wasn't sure if it was right for me to be so casual with her. I love Kohaku. She's best girl. I'm still kind of reeling, I'm gonna be honest, because of all the sus things that have happened earlier. Like, what the fuck?
いいえ、それはいけません。ひどいお話です。
How could you, Shiki? That's really mean.
翡翠ちゃんはああ見えてとっても優しいんですから。
Hisui may not wear her heart on her sleeve, but she's incredibly kind.
四季さんもどうかこれからは気軽に家族と思って翡翠ちゃんと呼んであげてくださいな。
I hope that you'll come to think of her like family. Well, we'll be family if I marry you. I'm just saying. Kohaku looked straight at me. Maybe I have been a little unfair to Hisui. She's looking out for me just like Kohaku is. I should give her a break.
わかりました。これからは何があっても翡翠ちゃん、いや、ちゃん付けはさすがに恥ずかしいんで、翡翠の名前を呼びます。
You're right. I'll try to get along with Hisui better. She's been nothing but good to me.
はい、それは大変ようございます。
That's wonderful to hear. Kohaku bids me a good evening and returns to the first floor. In my heart, I give thanks to my guardian angel, the nightingale of the Tono Mansion, and return to my room. Because Kohaku is always best girl. Onigiri, huh? No doubt they're delicious if Kohaku made them. Phew, that was a nice dip. After I scarfed down Kohaku's onigiri, Hisui came to tell me the bath was available, and by the time I returned to my room, it's 9 p.m. Alright, I'm just gonna check the flowchart really quick. Oh, we're still in the same thing. The tyrant waits in her chambers. It's a little too early to sleep. All I have to read is textbooks, and I'm not feeling particularly tired. If I have time to kill anyway, Okay, I could go to the parlor, talk with Akiha, stop by Kohaku's room, relax here in my room. I'm gonna go to Kohaku. Kohaku. I'll try stopping by Kohaku's room. On my way to the bathroom earlier, I think I figured out roughly where Kohaku's room might be. I make for the end of the hallway on the first floor of the west wing. The kitchen should be down the end of this hall opposite the lobby. And from what I understand, Kohaku's room is just in front of the kitchen.
琥珀さんの部屋はここかな?
That must make this her room? Maybe? I knock lightly on the door.
琥珀さん、います。
Kohaku, are you there?
はい、ちょっと待ってくださいね。
Yes, just a moment, please. a cheerful voice comes from inside the room. After a couple minutes, Kohaku's face appears from behind the door.
四季さんじゃないですか。
Oh my god, that kimono! Shiki, you better go after that girl. I'm telling you. Oh, if it isn't Shiki.
どうしたんです？こんな時間に。
Whatever could it be at a time like this?
いえ、実はテレビを見せてもらおうかなって。
I was wondering if I could maybe use your TV?
はい。
Pardon?
ああ、ですね。この家ってテレビがないでしょ。
Oh, I mean, there aren't any TVs in the house, right?
今まで普通の家で暮らしてきた俺にしてみると、寝る前にのんびりテレビを見るのが日課だったりするわけで、見ないと落ち着かないというか。
I kind of have trouble falling asleep without relaxing in front of the TV before bed. You know, 'cause of my upbringing and all. The more I talk, the more I realize how stupid I sound. And I love how surprised she looks like, what? In my room? What kind of person tries to get into a girl's room by asking to watch TV? The one who likes Kohaku? Even Kohaku can't hide her disgust at my... Or maybe not.
言われてみればその通りです。
You're right.
四季さんは今まで有馬のお家で暮らしていたんですもの。いきなりこの屋敷の空気は重かったでしょ？
I'm sure life at the mansion must come as quite a shock after growing up in the Arima household.
ですね。このこと、秋葉様と翡翠ちゃんに話しちゃいました？
Have you mentioned this to Mistress Akiha or Hisui? Yes, we talked to Hisui, but not Akiha, because she's a tyrant.
このことって、琥珀さんの部屋に行くってこと？
You mean about coming to your room tonight? Kohaku nods.
いえ、誰にも話していませんよ。
No, I haven't. I guess girls are strictly forbidden too. I shouldn't have any nice things.
大変結構です。もしお話しされていたら、四季さんを追い返さないといけないところでしたから。
Perfect. If you had, I would have been forced to turn you away. I like her. Kohaku offers me a smile, then glances up and down the hallway.
幸いあたりに人影なし。
Luckily, no one seems to be around. I love her mischievous grins. Best girl.
さあさあ、見つかると大変ですから上がってくださいな。
Quickly, quickly, before someone sees you. And I know sa. Like, she said quickly twice, but, you know, that's my rudimentary Japanese right there. Kohaku grips my arm. Hold on it. Whoa! The view that greets me inside is not at all what I was expecting. Half of the room is floored with tatami, with a cabinet placed flush against the inner wall. Japanese architecture through and through. The other half of the room is Western style, though simple. It looks more like a school infirmary than a room you'd expect to find in a giant mansion like this.
適当なところに座ってください。
Please sit wherever you like.
私、お茶を入れてきますから。
I'll make us some tea. Kohaku leaves the room. I clear my throat and take a seat on the sofa in the Japanese half of the room. Kohaku's room looks more like a meticulously organized office than the room of a young woman. The cabinet in the back is filled with little drawers. They're so small, whatever they contain must easily fit in my hand. Is that? One of those cabinets used to store medicine? It must be. The local doctor I visited when I was with the Arimas had a similar one in his house. Wait, could that mean Kohaku has a medical license? Oh my god. Show this to Tifa. Tifa, we're gonna have another medical anime for you to watch with a cat. No, that's just not possible. She's way too young for something like that. I look away and spy the TV remote resting on a floor cushion. I wonder if she was watching something earlier. Thank you for waiting, Shiki. Here is your tea. Tea sounds nice after all this recording. Oh, thank you. Sorry for the trouble. Not at all. I'm sorry I don't have anything better for you. Kohaku smiles as she sets out the green tea and Mizu Yokan sweets to go with it. So, back to the matter at hand, and that's not what she said, because I distinctly heard Terebi deshitane, which means back to the TV. My Japanese knowledge is paying off. What do you usually watch around this time, Shiki? Nothing in particular. I guess usually the news. Well, you are boring, Shiki. Watch something like, I don't know, Family Guy? Is that so? You're so composed. I had assumed you're more the type to prefer reading after dinner. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not that good of a student. In fact, Shiki's kinda average. People often say that I have the look of one, but I'm actually pretty lazy. I think it's because of the glasses. You know what? I'm gonna say it right now. I wear glasses in real life. I just don't have anything on this ghost model because they're ghost glasses and they help me see. Oh, that's right. You are wearing glasses, aren't you? To be honest, I was a little surprised when I saw you yesterday. I mean, the thing is, Shiki doesn't wear glasses for prescription. They're for stopping the eyes of death perception, so that's a little bit different for people. Really? How come? Oh, that's why. See, this whole time I've been thinking that Kohaku is clumsy because she's like, open the door and says, "Are you Shiki?" And it's like, did I mess up that time? It's like, no, because she thought that, it wasn't Shiki because he was wearing glasses. Mistress Akiha never once mentioned that you wore glasses. See, that explains a lot. My line of thinking as a dumb bunny was that when she opened the door, she was a little clumsy, ditzy type person, and being like, did I do that wrong? Like, no, it was just a misunderstanding. So,
涼しげかつ鋭い目をした岡田が来るんだって思いました。
Ah.
甘えておりました。
So,
そ
see, this whole time I've been thinking that Kohaku is clumsy because she's like, open the door and says, "Are you Shiki?" And it's like, no, because she thought that, it wasn't Shiki because he was wearing glasses.
Mistress Akiha never once mentioned that you wore glasses.
I was preparing myself for an icy, sharp-eyed gentleman in the vein of Mistress Akiha. I can understand why she would do that. Akiha has the Princess Ice Queen stare gone. She's a tyrant. She's a tyrant. Phil, you're interrupting the stream. I didn't find any vampires yet. I didn't find any vampires. Kohaku smiles, as if to say she had nothing to worry about. Huh. Now that she mentions it, I never saw Akiha after I got my glasses.
けどこのメガネは伊達メガネなんですよ。
These are actually mostly for show.
目は悪いといえば悪いんだけど、視力は平均よりいい方だし、別に勉強のしすぎで視力が落ちたわけじゃないんです。ああ、知的なイメージがあったのに幻滅させちゃいました。
My eyes aren't great, but I can see most stuff just fine without them. It's not like I read so much my eyes got bad or anything. Oh, guess I've ruined any thoughts that I'm cultured, eh? You uncultured swine. But yeah, no, personally, for my ghost glasses, I need them to see. I'm very nearsighted. Shiki just needs them so that the lines don't appear.
そんなことはありません。
Not at all.
私だって本よりテレビの方が楽しいですもの。
I much prefer television to books myself.
四季さんが思った通りの元気な方で嬉しいです。
I'm glad that you're as warm a person as I first thought. I like her a lot.
そうですか。それはどうも。
Really? That's good then. I find myself trying to look anywhere else. As a teenage boy, I mean, you got a girl in a kimono staring at you, and I'm just like, ugh. The carefree smile that Kohaku beams my way sets my heart racing for some reason. I wonder why. Gee, Shiki, you think?
あ、ごめんなさい。
Oh, please forgive me.
ニュースを見に来られたのにおしゃべりをしてしまって。
You came here to watch the news, not chat. No, I came here for you, Kohaku. I came here for you, Kohaku. Kohaku switches the TV on. Images flash onto the monitor. It's a little past 9:30. Late enough that the news has shifted from lighter topics to more serious ones. Yeah, you know, the serious topic of catching man, bear, pig. I'm totally serial, guys. We have to catch man, bear, pig. He's half man, half bear, and half pig. Stop laughing, that actually happened.
ありゃ、また通り魔殺人ですか。
Oh my. It's about that slasher again. Oh yeah, the hash-slinging slasher. Well, they call it the Suya slasher, but it's really the hash-slinging, the hash-slinging slasher. They're running a piece about the murders. Murder! It's okay. While the slashing started in a neighboring ward, the most recent ones have all been here in Suya. The piece covers just the basics. They describe the crime. Young women walking late at night are taken indiscriminately, killed, and finally have their blood drained from them. I'm telling you, it's vampires. There are already 8 victims, and the police are being criticized for their consistent failure to turn up any leads. Hey, even this game is saying ACAB. The media doesn't report anything else in detail, which is, you know, reality because they can't report on the details, otherwise the killer will learn about it on the news. It's top secret. Top secret. They skip over any commonalities between the victims, or exactly how they died, simply stating that their blood had been drained. Probably trying to prevent any copycats from appearing. No, they're trying to avoid the murderer from seeing the news and changing his MO.
怖い話ですね。おまわりさんは何をしているんでしょう。
How terrible. Can't the police do anything? Also, oh god, she's so cute. Why can't I be that cute?
突発的な犯行なんで犯人の動機が絞れないとか。深夜の通り魔的な犯行なら見つかりさえしなければ後を追えません。動機、理由がない以上犯人は探せないわけですし。
Maybe they still don't understand the killer's motive. It's hard to find the culprit in a case like this unless you catch them in the act. And you can't look for them if you don't understand why they're doing it in the first place.
単に襲われてしまった方たちの運が悪い。いえ、目撃者の出ない犯人の運がいいとおっしゃるのですか？
You're saying that the victims have just been unlucky? Or rather, that the killer has been lucky to not be seen?
まあ、そうでもないと2週間近く犯人が見つからないのはおかしいでしょ。
Pretty much. I mean, it's been 2 weeks and the killer still hasn't been found.
どうでしょう。しっかりとした準備があるのなら、それはおかしな話ではなくなると思いますよ。
I wonder. I don't think it's so unusual if the killer is sufficiently prepared.
想像でしかありませんが、殺人というものは数を重ねれば重ねるほど証拠を残してしまうものです。
I'm just thinking out loud here, but the more one kills, the more clues one would leave behind, wouldn't you say? That is exactly right, Kohaku, because the more you kill, the more people have chances to find you. And the only reason why people didn't stop some serial killers in the past is because they were protected by rich people, usually.
行方不明者が8人いるというのなら、証拠は積み上がりませんが、遺体が8人分も発見されているのなら、十分な状況証拠は揃っていてしかるべきです。
It would be different if there were 8 people missing, but 8 bodies should provide a mountain of evidence.
なのに犯人が捕まらないのは、捕まらないだけの理由を犯人が作っているからと推測できます。
Which gives me reason to believe that the killer has concocted some method of avoiding capture. Just gotta put it out here. Just throwing this out here. Ghosts. And aliens. That was unexpected. In my awe, all I can manage is a quick, that makes sense. Okay, Phil, you need to put up that Girl Chan in Paradise clip. That explains everything.
No way.
Regardless of whether her speculation is right or not, I didn't expect her to be the type to think so hard about things like this.
しかしそうなると犯人は突発的な通り魔じゃなくて用
Hi,
意周到な殺人鬼になりますね。
Chibi, are you okay? My cat had nightmares and woke up, so I'm a little bit worried about her. Chiaki, are you okay? You're not being drained of blood. Oh wait, are you the killer, Chiaki?
Jackie.
You're not the killer, are you? No, it couldn't be. It couldn't be. It's Phil. It's gotta be Phil. But that would mean these weren't random killings, but carefully planned murders.
仮にそいつが通り魔のふりをして計画的にことを進めているんなら、殺された人たちは無関係に見えて、やっぱり
If he's only been If he's only been pretending to act randomly, would that mean that the victims are actually connected somehow? Huh. Food for thought.
ないんじゃないでしょうか。
I don't think that's necessarily the case.
そんなつながりがあったらそれこそ2人目ぐらいで警察の皆さんも気がつくでしょうし。
If they were, the police would have found the connection by the second or third body. I don't know, the police are pretty incompetent even at the best of times.
結局のところこれは陰徳性に関しては超人的レベルの用意周到さなのに目的性に関しては極めて薄い理解不能の事件ですね。
Ultimately, this killer seems to display superhuman levels of caution when it comes to remaining hidden, but has no real objective. It makes sense that the case would be difficult to decipher. Unless they're the Zodiac Killer. No, wait, they left clues. Kohaku says all this with a smile on her face. Looks like she's not too concerned. I need a drink of water. Kohaku, you realize this is happening in our town, right? Aren't you scared? You're a young woman yourself. Yeah, but she's trained in karate, don't you know? She's a maid. I'm sure she's trained in martial arts. Haven't you seen Maid Wars? Or the other anime with maids? The maids are badass.
嫌ですね。大丈夫ですよ。
Oh no, I'm alright.
通り魔さんは深夜に出現するだけですから夜は外に出なければ会うこともありません。
The slasher only appears late at night, so I'll be fine if I don't venture outside after dark. Besides, the slasher is just SpongeBob or Nosferatu with the light. Looks like Kohaku has actually thought this through. This all just seems too gruesome to think rationally like that, but maybe that's just how most people treat news that they see on the TV. Thanks for having me. I'll swing by again if I ever feel like watching something. Especially watching you. Smooth.
はい、ぜひお待ちしておりますね。
I look forward to it. Yeah, I totally ship them. I totally ship them. Kohaku glances up and down the hallway again.
このままお部屋までお見送りしたいのは山々ですが、四季さんのお部屋には翡翠ちゃんが待ってますから、ここで失礼させていただきます。
I'd love to escort you back to your room, but Hisui will be waiting for you, so we'll have to part ways here. Right. Good night, then. I had no idea that the mansion had a 10 p.m. bedtime. In addition to the 8 o'clock curfew for coming home, there seems to be an unspoken rule that prevents people from leaving their rooms after 10. Maybe it's the vampires? I'm telling you, they're in on it somehow. Yeesh. It's like Makihisa never left. Though I suppose that makes sense. The Tono family has functioned like this for hundreds of years, despite any technological advances or shifting trends. I don't expect anything to change just because Akiha has taken over. If anything, she's treated me pretty well. She got rid of our relatives just for me. Everything here is so different, it has me exhausted. I'll head back to my room for tonight. It's 10 o'clock. The lights in the room go out automatically. Apparently, things are set up so that all lights in the mansion go out when it hits 10, aside from those in the office. Manually flipping the switch should turn a room's light back on again, but that's intended for emergencies only. They'd probably catch me if I tried to use my room nightstand light. And I'm not allowed to go outside my room after 10 either. Maybe I could buy my own light. They have little foldable ones about the size of a cell phone these days. This is just way too early for lights out any way you slice it. I don't know. I mean, I go to bed pretty early on work days. I guess I don't really need one. I don't stay up that late anyway. I bet they'll let me stay up later when exam season comes around. I change into the clean pajamas set aside for me and crawl into bed. Ever since I was injured in that accident, part of me has resisted lying down like this. I used to hate letting my body get comfortable, and even more so if it meant sleeping in a soft bed. From what I hear, it caused a lot of trouble for Keiko when I first stayed with the Arimas. I always slept like a rock, but I hated going to sleep. Well, time to crash. I announce it to myself, even though it should go without saying. I take off my glasses and close my eyes. I only had trouble sleeping when I was a child. Now, once I close my eyes, I can fall asleep just as well as... Oh, it's a wolf. Hey, everybody, this just in. Local wolf girl goes woo. News at 11. A strange cry washes over my ears like a wave. Woo. The howl of an animal. It sounds too high to be a dog. Woo. It rings in my eardrums. Is it howling at the moon? Ow! Kana's looking at me like I'm crazy for barking at the moon.
He's looking at you like you're crazy too.
Ow! Even Chiaki doesn't like it. There's a gnawing pit in my stomach. The howling brings on a headache. The sound doesn't stop. It's like a bullet rattling around inside of my skull. Shut up! I throw on my glasses and open my eyes. The dog is still howling somewhere outside the window. The clock has just struck 11. How am I supposed to sleep like this? Damn it! What the hell is that noise? My guess? Werewolves. I'm willing to bet that if this is a story about vampires, werewolves are not far behind. Possibly ghosts. Or ghost aliens.
Or ghost bunnies.
Ghost bunnies are everywhere, shush. I am a ghost bunny that is slander and libel. It sounds like it's coming from outside the mansion. I seriously doubt I can fall asleep like this. Don't have much of a choice here. I can't exactly call the cops about a dog being loud. That's a wolf. I get up from bed. I get up from the bed. That's a typo. I get up from the bed and change into my school uniform. The others must be having trouble sleeping too. I'm the only man in the mansion, I'm the only man in the mansion. I can't talk. I'm the only man in the mansion, so I should go see what's happening. That's a tongue twister. I'm the only man in the mansion. Cheeky, you have a curfew. I head outside. The night is eerily still, like it's been frozen in place. The moon is hidden by clouds. Even the light from the lampposts is perfectly constant, like splotches of fallen paint on a canvas. Oh! Oh! Strangely enough, the howling seems weaker now that I'm outside. Or is it fading away? It doesn't matter. The nagging pain it's causing isn't in my ears, but my brain and my eyes. Hearing it sets my heart pumping and my whole body on edge, a feeling I can't control at all. Shut up! Each step feels heavy. I've lost some feeling in the tips of my fingers. Then I realize something. I can see my breath, a pale white against the cold. It's quiet outside the estate, like someone hit the pause button. My shadow is the only thing moving in this motionless world. I feel thirsty for some reason. The high walls bordering the estate stretch alongside the darkened road. I warm my numbing fingers with my breath, walking towards where I suspect the dogs have gathered. Huh? Dude, it's the slasher. All thought ceases. Under the distant streetlight is something I've never seen before. Something no one should ever see. An incomprehensible sight. A dog, half melted. What is that? A long blade pointed downward. What is that? A howl dissolving with the dog. What is that? A blade stabbing down. What is that? A roar that makes me question my sanity. I'm telling you it's a werewolf. Or maybe a sudden gale. As the wave threatening to rupture my eardrum disappears, so does the howling, and the dog along with it. Like they never existed in the first place. It's gotta be a werewolf. Dissolved into nothingness without a trace. Is this an illusion? No, that's Fate. Fate has the illusion. What I'm seeing is a hallucination. That, or a dream. Is this an illusion? A strange figure stands under the light, cut out from the darkness. Is it wearing a coat? The silhouette in the thick coat doesn't seem to have noticed me standing here yet. My throat grows dry. My whole body is sweating. The night air sticks to my skin. Despite just standing here, I feel a pressure like I'm at the bottom of the ocean. A language from a far-off land enters my ears. I'm so dizzy, it feels like I could pass out. I'm narrowly able to muster some strength in my legs and prevent myself from falling. Then, all I see is an ordinary, empty, public road. Huh? I gasp as my lungs hungrily suck in oxygen. I hadn't noticed, but it seems I hadn't been properly breathing ever since I left the main gate. There's no howling to be heard anymore. I leave behind the terrible vision I've seen. I return to my room. It didn't seem like the others are still awake. I guess I was the only one bothered by the howling. It's strange. My head is still pounding. Huh? Why am I shaking? My fingers are quivering. My whole body shivers. My spine is freezing. If I were to compare it to something, it's like my spinal cord has been torn out and replaced with a pillar of ice. Nausea hits me like a sack of bricks. Is this my usual anemia? It feels like the contents of my head are being dumped out onto the floor. I see something I don't want to see on the way down. Even with my glasses on, I can see the lines. Bile rises in my throat as my eyes recoil from the sight. The result of trying to avoid seeing them these past 7 years. My mind can't take this. I feel sick. The dizziness from my anemia has my stomach trying to escape through my throat. This can't be happening. What's going on? I don't understand. As long as my eyes are open, the scribbles continue to invade my senses. This is just a bad dream. I somehow make it to my bed. Yes, I should just go to sleep. That's the quickest way to deny the reality in front of me. My body won't move how I want it to, so I'll stay like this, like a corpse. Damn. I'll just sleep, like a puppet with its strings cut. A day that was not. Now I kind of get it, because he's denying the day. Okay. Do I want to save my progress? Yes, I do. Okay, we want to save in the third slot. Impulse inversion. Okay. Holy fuck. just holy fuck that this episode, this chapter has been great, but like everything from the end of this day has been crazy. First we were bad touch. We needed Chris Hansen because the teacher was getting a little bit handsy, and that was sus. Then we get brainwashed to go to location for some reason, and then after all of that we go home, we get berated, we get punished, and then werewolves, and then this, and there's the girl who is sus beforehand. I don't know what's going on. I know there's werewolves and vampires. Those are the two things I know for sure.
Ha! No!
I think Dr. Arak is a vampire. I think the teacher is a werewolf. I think that makes more sense, to be perfectly honest, considering werewolf lore. But I am so intrigued, like, legitimately, I wanted to keep playing, but this is a good place to stop, and I have to go to work tomorrow. But dear God, this is so good. Phil, I want to do the next one soon. But until then, I'm Zenith, Warrior Princess, the cutest of buns, saying, if your teacher approaches you like that, call the cops. Anyway, have a good one, everybody, and pet your ghosts. Your ghost bunnies are trying their hardest in this time when they're killing off supernatural creatures.